Hey, badass business owners. Welcome back to the show. Today's topic is going to be something a little different than what I normally do. First off, I don't know how much it's going to come across on this, but I probably sound crappy, or it sounds a little more gravelly than I normally sound. And that is because I have been sick all week. But obviously the show must go on, so I am here. And one of the things that I started thinking about today when I was like, what am I going to talk about is, as a small business owner, it's really difficult that not only when you're sick, but I start thinking on a bigger scale. And that is like when life throws you some serious curveballs and things happen in your life that really delay you or derail you on your business. Because if we're honest with ourselves, when we're sick, a lot of times we continue to plow through. We tend to work crazy hours, taking care of all of our customers, doing what we need to do. That was me this past week. One of the reasons why I'm not getting any better. It's been a crazy week. But there's bigger things that also happen in our life. One, maybe you're so sick you end up in the hospital. Makes it very difficult for you to continue your business. What if someone close to you in your family passes away? Happened to me a few years ago when my nephew passed away and I woke up to find him. I know a business owner, really close friend, who just recently lost a child. Devastating. Obviously, going to work was not the first thing on his mind. I know of others that have had to take time off from their business to take care of a loved one. And I have other business owners that have reached out to me via email to ask me how did they get back on track after having lost a lot of their business due to either being sick or taking care of a loved one or one of these different things that derail us. I think the first thing we have to address when we're thinking about this is in the moment. Because in the moment when you're sick or you're facing a tragedy or you're having to be there for your family, it's a hard decision because you don't want to be cold and uncaring and not be there for your family. But at the same time, you also know you have these customers who are depending upon you. And if you have employees, you have those employees depending upon you for their livelihoods. And how do you continue to move forward knowing that everybody is dependent on you? And there is no right or wrong answer as you go through any of this. There really isn't. The key is to move one foot forward every single day and to take each day as it comes. And if you have a team, hopefully you have somebody that you have trained and developed that can step up for you in your time of need and really kind of take over and move things forward. And even if they don't do everything, that at least they can take care of part of the stuff that you need. You have to take care of you because without you, there is no business. Now, one of the recommendations that I have is if you think about it, your business has 3 different things going on at any given time. There is current business that you're closing out. There is current business you're about to start. And there is future business that you have yet to create. When you are sick, caring for a loved one, dealing with the loss, it is completely understandable that you stop recruiting future business. Now, this has its downside because when you have a business that everything you do today results in business a month, 2 months, 3 months from now, you are definitely going to have a problem at that time frame. But your brain is not going to be able to work on that stuff because you can go through the motions with the rest of your business even though your brain has checked out or you don't feel good because you've done it so much. Therefore, you can't take care of your current business. And you can reach out to the people that are your future business that are ready to go and see if you can delay it for a week, possibly. And that's something you need to do, is if you're in the middle of something, you're probably going to have to resolve it and wrap it up or see if it is something that they can wait on. But for many of you, they cannot wait, in which case you're going to have to figure out if it's you that finalizes it or if you reach out to a fellow business owner or people on your team to finish that off. Mentally, you are not going to be in the game for a while. Hopefully if you're just sick, it might be a few days or a week at most. That's the easy one to get past because most of us plow through that all the time. Like right now, I know that this is killing me to talk and do all of this, but I also know that next week I will be fine at some point and life will go on. I also know that I am one of the lucky ones. I am not having to face major tragedy at this moment or trying to get back on track. But when it happens, you have to focus on not only your family, But in those brief moments where you can think, have a plan, start developing a plan of how you're going to get back. This is one of the reasons why you really want to have a nest egg for your business. You want to know your break even every single month. You want to understand your cash flow. You want to be able to say that, hey, if I cannot do my business, I need $3,000 in the bank, $4,000, $5,000. And how do I work on getting 3 to 6 months put aside to be able to get through those rough months? Because not only are you having a rough month at the moment that it's happening, remember, you are really stopping recruiting for future business, which means there's going to be a point in time when you run out of business as you're building up your business again. So having that nest egg set aside to be able to get you through that is an important account to have. I recommend having a bank account that you do not touch, whether it's at the same bank or a different bank, to avoid you touching it. Just like your taxes, you want to make sure that you set that aside and never touch it. Having a rough time in your business is no joke, and it screws with many of us. And it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Every single one of us is going to go through either a sickness or a family member or something happening in their business where they cannot move forward. And you're going to notice it's very similar as if your business had to shut down for any number of reasons. You want to have the same thing in place. When I found my nephew several years ago, I had current business I had to deal with, and one of my clients was one of the rudest people in the world and did not care. I'm sitting at the funeral home making arrangements, and she is texting me nonstop about her business, even though she knew that's where I was. That tells me more about her than it does me. We resolved the issue. We were able to move forward. But what happened was there were several months where I did not have any more business because I had stopped recruiting new business. I gave away business because I knew that I couldn't handle it at that moment, so I gave it to people. But here's the good thing. Once I got back on track and everything was good, I built my business back up and I came back stronger than ever. And that's what you can do as well. And for those of you that are suffering massive losses in your family, my heart aches for you. My heart breaks for you. And I know that it's going to be one day at a time. And I know that for many of you, you continue to move on because A, your family needs that money, but B, you have employees that are counting on you. All you can do is be honest with people and let them know that you're going to do the best that you can with what you have. Will you lose some business? I'd love to tell you no, but you're going to. Some people are rude. Some people don't understand. But others are going to rally around you and work with you. Sometimes we hate asking for help. We hate asking for people's empathy and we hate asking for their patience. But sometimes that's what we exactly have to do. This is a bump in the road. This is something that you will survive. This is something that you know how to bring your business back, and you will bring it back, and you will bring it back stronger than ever. And I also understand that the longer you're away from it, the more you get in your head. And the more you're in your head, the more it messes with you. But all you can do is take it one day at a time. I guess as I start to wrap this up, the biggest thing I want to do is really encourage each and every one of you that no matter what you're going through today, and maybe you're on a high and everything's going great, start putting away the money. You never know when tragedy is going to strike or you're going to be sick, whatever the case may be. Get that 3 to 6 months in reserves so that you are ready. Have things in place. If you have team members, then you really need to trust one of the people on your team, and you need to invest some time and energy to help them. How can they help take over the business if needed? How can they take over certain aspects of the business if necessary? You can figure out what is your bare minimum that you need if you're unable to work for at least 2 weeks or a month. What do you need to have in place? How do you not lose your existing customers? How do you help them ride this out with you? There is no magic answer, and every single one of you is different, and everything that you face is different. But I will tell you, having money in reserves will take off a huge weight off of your shoulders. It will help you understand that sometimes you need to take the time for you. If you have built a very good business, a solid business, a one that is built on trust, integrity, and in your community, they will rally behind you and they will come back. And you know how to make your business successful. You need to have faith in yourself. This is a temporary setback. The world can be cruel and you could be sent on serious loops. Well, my throat is killing me at the moment, so I am going to wrap this one up. I hope this made sense and it spoke to the people that are supposed to hear it. And I hope for those of you that are riding high, really do take seriously what you need to do in your business to be able to be prepared if the day ever hits you, that either your own personal sickness and or any type of tragedy or family emergency comes aboard that throws your business into a tailspin, even though it's only temporary. I know as small business owners, we think that we are superhuman, that we are Superman and Superwoman, and that we can make anything happen and we can plow through anything if we set our mind to it. But we are not. Unfortunately, we probably can do about 80, 85%, maybe even 90, but there is 10% that will knock you on your butt, and you have to be prepared for that. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye, and I will talk to you on the next episode. Bye for now.